are 77 container vessels waiting in California's San Pedro Bay. It's a record high, but some of those ships are unscheduled container charters with no docking appointment.
Free shipping. It's the magic phrase that turns an impulse buy into a done deal. You see it, you click, and within days, the package is at your doorstep. No extra cost, no second thoughts. But what if I told you that free shipping isn't free at all? It comes at a price so steep that it's reshaping global trade, crushing small businesses, and even dictating who controls the seas. Amazon and Walmart have built empires on the promise of free shipping, conditioning us to expect fast, seamless deliveries at no additional charge. And to keep up, other retailers have been forced to follow suit. The result? A race to the bottom, where only the biggest players can afford to stay in the game. But here's where it gets even more surprising. These retail giants aren't just using shipping services, they're dominating them. Leveraging their immense buying power, Amazon and Walmart can dictate global shipping prices, purchase containers out from underneath smaller companies, and also charter their cargo ships. This is not just a convenience, it is a matter of control. And the effects of this reach much further than most of us fathom. So how do these mega retailers control the shipping industry? And how does this translate for the future of global trade?
We're watching what's going on an hourly basis globally. So when anything changes in terms of a cost increase of one mode of transportation versus another, then Amazon has the ability to say, you know what, shipping container is so high, it's actually cheaper now for us to fly product via a cargo aircraft.
Amazon and Walmart are not only well-known agents in the retail world, they are also heavyweight players in the area of logistics. Every year, they manage shipping in millions of containers across oceans, moving more goods than several entire countries. And with that volume comes power, the power to determine the rate under their terms. For everyone else, shipping rates are unpredictable and bounce around with demand, fuel prices, and container availability. Not for Amazon and Walmart. They do not just accept those rates, they set them. With enough shares of the democratic shipping market to negotiate below-market rates with carriers, they lock in exclusive contracts with these carriers for shipping rates that smaller businesses can only dream of negotiating. This has an adverse ripple effect. With Amazon or Walmart negotiating super low shipping prices, the carriers now have to make up for it by increasing rates on smaller retailers that cannot push back. Any local business trying to import products from overseas might be paying 2 to 3 times as much per container as these retail titans. That extra price not only tarnished profit margins, but also left the small businesses with a choice to either charge up or bear the loss to a point that competing with these companies becomes near impossible. If anything, the devil's even worse. When demand surges in instances, say holidays or a disruption in the supply chain, once again, they can and even do choice space outriggers. Said and done, the smaller ones must move to the back of the line, face possibly ruinous delays, or are priced right out of the market. Even the traditional shipping companies feel the squeeze. Amazon and Walmart are known worldwide as being the main players in the trade. Their function doesn't merely stop at dictating rates, they also control container availability. Products are moving from one corner of the world to another in millions at any one moment. There is no challenge to their demands for containers. And should they require more space, they demand it majored at the cost of everyone else. Amazon and Walmart are known to tie massive reservations for containers in peak periods, such as the holidays or major sales events that occur months in advance. This practice leaves smaller importers scrambling to find available shipping space and faces delays to the longer end if one can even find a space. A business that normally pays $3,000 for a container might be billed $15,000, often more than that, just due to demand being wrongfully reduced by these mega retailers. Supply chain disruptions give way, pouring fuel on this fire into one of their most profitable, whatever it may be. A lockdown due to the pandemic, port congestion, setbacks due to wars and the like, leaving space for Amazon and Walmart to bid above everyone else to receive their shipment on time. Hence, creating further delays for products of independent retailers to hit the shelves, surprise price increases for customers, and closing down a few businesses for good. The problem isn't just about price, it's control. When Amazon and Walmart consume the majority of available containers, they dictate what gets shipped and when. Picture a small electronics importer losing out on a whole season's worth of sales just because he couldn't get a container on time. Free shipping has no victim in this world. This has always been fraught with consequences for someone. More often than not, that tortured soul is the small business that is left scrambling for the crumbs of a system designed to favor the biggest players. But what are we going to do when these retail giants go one step beyond making reservations and own the entire shipping process? Enter the nightmare zone. Amazon and Walmart are now not simply consumers of the shipping industry, they are trying to become the shipping industry. For years, these mega retailers have taken unprecedented steps to gain control of their whole supply chain, thereby ensuring that they are never at the mercy of outsiders for logistics. Among other things, they want to own or lease their vessels. Amazon has undertaken a stealthy buildup of its logistics network in recent years, even leasing entire cargo ships to bypass traditional carriers. Walmart has also followed suit to secure its supply routes in the event of a steady inflow of inventory. In doing so, they eliminate a dependency on third-party shippers, giving them an edge they can use to an advantage that smaller competitors simply cannot match. Besides vessel ownership, Amazon and Walmart lock exclusive contracts with shipping carriers, thus guaranteeing priority to the fastest routes and cheapest rates. Small businesses, however, are thereby delayed, charged high premiums, and given limited access to supply lines. It's about control, not about efficiency. As the two giants enforce control over global shipping, opportunities for market competition begin to dwindle. Small and medium-sized retailers find themselves wedged tighter and tighter with every passing moment, never able to win a fair fight against the logistics muscle of Amazon and Walmart. Result? A retail environment that an increasingly small number of companies can afford to survive in, limiting consumers' options and effectively monopolizing a market for a select few. Besides business competition, free shipping also knocks the environment. The more Amazon and Walmart push for rapid and big-scale shipping, the more carbon emissions are increased. Cargo ships alone already cover a huge percentage of global greenhouse gas emissions, and the demand for quicker and cheaper deliveries will only increase that. Ocean pollution is one of the side effects. The shipping industry is already famous for oil spills, chemical waste, and breaking up marine ecosystems. The more Amazon and Walmart encourage the economies of the world to put endless goods on and off the seas, the quicker the damage to the environment increases. However, it has an economic price too. The stress on port infrastructure is huge. Bigger importation by the mega retailers tends to congest these ports, delaying small importers and increasing wait times and congestion-related fees. Consumers may even feel it in the long run. Free shipping seems like a great benefit now, but with the hidden costs of shipping monopolism, that might mean paying higher prices for products when competition dwindles as a result. Ultimately, the question is not about how Amazon and Walmart rule over the seas. It's about the fact that more or less no one else can even keep afloat. Free shipping sounds great for consumers. It is one of the most powerful psychological hooks in e-commerce to get consumers not only into, but also back into stores, steering them to purchase more, and in some cases, causing a sense of urgency that the purchase must occur while the deal is still alive. This has been perfected by Amazon and Walmart. Paying for free shipping is no longer a perk, but an expectation. The reality, however, is that shipping is never free. Someone will always pay for it. What many consumers don't know is that shipping costs are sometimes included directly in the product prices. So instead of raising their prices or putting them at the same level, retailers know people are more likely to have a $25 item with free shipping than the same item listed at $20 with a $5 shipping fee. Because of the false transaction, customers are more motivated to buy, even if it might involve paying the same amount or more. Beyond that, these enormous retailers are compensating for shipping expenses via other courses: strong negotiation with suppliers, mass discounts due to bulk shipping, and membership models such as that of Amazon Prime. Although consumers may think they get unlimited free shipping for a flat price, the reality is very different. The cost structure of Prime is built towards forcing customers to be chained into the Amazon ecosystem to spend more over time. On the other hand, smaller businesses do not have this benefit of scale to absorb these costs and subsequently raise product prices or decrease profit margins, making it difficult for them to survive in terms of competition in the long run. At the end of the day, this carefully constructed illusion called free shipping will serve to benefit only Amazon and Walmart while hurting all small businesses, suppliers, and even consumers themselves. Such incidents can have very wide ramifications and bring about everything from labor exploitation to deregulation of the environment, all in the name of making costs lower and supply chains operate in harmony. As Amazon and Walmart continue to dominate the shipping routes, they may come to impact regulations on shipping in the future and may shape the industry standards in such a way as to suit their operations while making it tougher for the other competitors. If anything, this is not at all participating in global trade, but is rather commanding it. And for indeed the power escalates, the argument then goes beyond competition in retail into more worrisome economic and political factors relating to a few corporations being permitted to dominate the flow of goods the world over. As far as the small and medium enterprises, SMEs, are concerned, it is a completely uphill battle before they can stand successful in competing with the cash shipping network of mega retailers such as Amazon and Walmart. These mega retailers have optimized their supply chains, acquired shipping rates from carriers that are peanuts, leveraged bulk purchase benefits, and even run a logistics network of their own. One of the biggest problems that small and medium enterprises, SMEs, have is the extremely high cost involved in shipping the products. As a highly large retailer, say Amazon or Walmart, those two mega retailers can negotiate drastically reduced tariffs with the major carriers because they would ship in huge volumes. However, a small business has to pay for above-market price rates. Because of this, an SME will have to absorb the exorbitant shipping cost as it is, or recover it back from consumer moves that result in lost sales when the same item can be obtained cheaper elsewhere. Other issues are the shipping containers' limited availability and the port delays, which rarely affect small importers. For instance, in the peak seasons of the holiday rush, leaving delays and lost opportunities for smaller businesses. Some of the small retailers have been known to say that they wait weeks or months for goods to arrive, while Amazon and Walmart sail through the supply chains and get parts before we even get our items. Consider a small businessman's case. She crafts furniture herself and sells it. Unlike Amazon, which has colossal warehouses to house a lot of inventory and ship it too fast, this small businesswoman has to face high unpredictability in shipping rates, expensive rental of containers, and bad port congestion. This means that she loses out to speedier and cheaper competition from larger retailers. The forces mentioned above have recently forced small businesses to redefine business models. Some of them have had to increase their prices, lower their profits, or even reduce the number of products on offer just to survive. Others have turned to employing other channels of sales like direct sales through social media or selling in local marketplaces, but this still points to an uneven playing field. The core reason for this is the imbalance of power that prevails. A power imbalance draws creation to mega retailers to decide shipping rates, logistics priorities, or even what will be on the market, while smaller or micro businesses scurry behind the curtain just to follow in those decisions. This raises one serious question: how do the existing regulations fit themselves into the diverse successes that are being amassed by enduring Amazon and Walmart's influence over global shipping? Maritime shipping has always been regulated by international trade agreements, port authorities, and industry standards. However, most of these frameworks were not meant for e-commerce giants. In many ways, Amazon and Walmart have found loopholes within the traditional shipping regulations that allow them to build private networks of logistics operating outside the constraints of traditional carriers. For example, they could control costs and congestion in ways other competitors cannot if they lease their ships and have exclusive contracts with certain carriers. The ambivalence then opens a debate on monopolistic practices and the concentration of markets. Another possible policy intervention would be stricter antitrust provisions to guard against global shipping market consolidation. If Amazon and Walmart expand control of logistics, they could be in a position where it becomes required to propose shipping rates and who gets to use the major shipping routes. Some regulators are looking into their influence, but on the whole, there have been few substantive actions to date. Another area of concern can be labor rights and environmental standards. Free shipping as a very common concept has placed pressure on goods to be moved quicker and at cheaper rates to transport. This sort of pressure usually requires cost-cutting, including but not limited to low wages among dock workers, truck drivers, or even warehouse personnel. They might also be left to realize whether shipping companies and retailers uphold fair labor practices rather than speed and savings. Also, new policies may facilitate clearer supply chain operations. With these sorts of regulations, large retailers would become accountable for the undercurrents of their logistics hegemony by legally demanding open shipping agreements, pricing structures, and environmental impact. Ultimately, any such policy intervention should aim to keep the doors open for competition in the shipping industry, as well as the environment in which that competition will become increasingly sustainable and fair for all players, not just the largest ones. As the landscape of global trade is reshaped continuously by corporate giants like Amazon and Walmart, the decision before the governments and regulatory bodies would be whether to step in or simply allow the corporations to dictate the future of global shipping on their terms. What do you think? Is free shipping worth the hidden costs? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the unseen forces shaping our world. See you next time.